Some of the biggest and busiest ports in the world have been tested at the CSIR's Coastal and Hydraulics Laboratory in Stellenbosch. Recently, the team has been modeling a far smaller project than these international projects, but one with real impact for the remote coastal community of Port St. John's in the Eastern Cape. The Department of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries contracted the CSIR to undertake physical modeling studies of a proposed new tidal pool in Port St. John's. While the area was one of the most popular recreational swimming and surfing spots on the Wild Coast for many years, the town has suffered a loss of visitors in recent years.
Starting from about 2004, Port St. John's unfortunately experienced a number of very highly profiled shark attacks. So that perception of danger that came with that started scaring people off going to the beach at Port St. John's. So the beachgoer numbers went down, the tourism was impacted on, it went down, companies went bankrupt, jobs were lost. So the task that was facing us as government was, what can we do as a developmental state to reinvigorate and catalyze tourism in the area. The important thing, therefore, is to bring back the swimmers, bring back the holiday makers and so on. So we had to address the question of the sharks and the perception of danger. So an exploration was made of all sorts of things, from shark nets, shark spotters, and various other technical possibilities. But you know, shark nets and such do not only focus on the sharks, they do entangle a lot of the biodiversity that is needed in the area. So they become a problem, you know, of their own. We settled for the thought of putting up a tidal pool in combination with lifeguards, in combinations with the upgrades of beach infrastructure. And that's what we are doing.
So what we've constructed here is a small-scale replica of the tidal pool that is planned for the Port St. John's second beach community. The model itself is constructed to the full detail of what is planned. So it is based on the drawings that is given to us by the consulting engineers. We then generate oceanic conditions, which is similar to that found in prototype, so found in reality. And then we see how the structure behaves in those conditions and also how it affects the surrounding area.
In constructing physical models such as this one, engineers use the data from surveys to mimic the actual sea floor conditions, which contribute to how waves are formed.
So what you see here is the tidal pool as a whole, and this will be the main attraction for visitors coming to Port St. John's. It consists of the main tidal pool wall with a crest elevation of about 2.2 meters above chart datum. The waves come from offshore and they spill over the pool wall, and the water height is kept constant through water draining through the evacuation area to the side of the pool. There are always some small waves which generates an artificial wave environment, and in part the engineers and architects decided to create a small artificial island inside the pool. And this is an area where parents with their kids can come sit and bathe and still enjoy the deeper water without being exposed to the harsher waves offshore. They also created a natural element of steps moving gradually up to the higher area. And the idea with this is beaches will start forming naturally behind the steps, and people can easily walk up and down to enter the deeper waters. The area towards the side of the pool over there is going to be a naturally formed beach, so with no steps. So people who prefer the more sandy beaches can bathe in that area over there. So this model study included 3 aspects that we test. And the first aspect is the wave climate, both outside the tidal pool and inside the tidal pool. With that, we try to make sure that the waves inside the tidal pool are small enough and safe enough for people to bathe in. The second aspect that we test is the overtopping. So we try to quantify the water that is washed over the wall and into the pool, and that will also give us an idea of flushing. And that is the third aspect that we do test, is the flushing of the pool. That includes how different water currents form inside the pool and how water is evacuated out of the pool.
These initiatives, we're not doing them just out of the sheer excitement of seeing concrete, on the beach. We want to stimulate job creation, we want to stimulate SMME development, we want to stimulate a lot of things. So it's supposed to be catalytic for the environment, and we are very confident that even from the construction phase right up to the operational phase, different types of jobs will be created, and they are sustainable jobs once tourism has picked up.